So that's just a real quick, you know, I just want to give you guys a taste of what I think is, from what I've seen from reviews, is like my favorite patch in the whole thing so far. OP6 with the latest firmware is like a digital modular. It's more than an FM synth. Yeah, I know it's deep, and so is this one, so we're just going to have to kind of get going with that. I'm going to take a second here. I usually don't like doing this, but I'm going to actually adjust a setting on my microphone here real quick. Let's not go that high. Something like that should do the trick. And just because I noticed that when I'm playing the keys, yeah, that seemed to get that out of the microphone so you guys don't hear the clackiness of my MIDI controller. Yeah, so that's the craziness of this synth, Ryan. I mean, just... And, you know, for anybody who's looking at that and they go, well, that's really pretty, but I don't know what that means. Guess what? I don't either. We're gonna be figuring this synth out together. Right. So... what is going on that makes this synth sound so different than the Poly 6? All right, I fucked that setting up a little too aggressive, so we'll just make it a little... something like that. I'm just trying to make it the best possible experience for you guys. So what's going on that makes this synth different is that it is able to use all sorts of different sound sources other than sawtooth and square wave. So that was what we got from the Poly 6. But it should have those in there too. Anyways, this is a really cool pad. I think it's probably the coolest sound that I heard from it, but there are hundreds of new sounds in WaveState native. I don't know if they added any in WaveState native that weren't already in WaveState. And by the way, WaveState came out, what, in 2020, something like that? And it's a hardware synth. The reason I don't have one, even though I love the WaveStation, is, well, there's two reasons. One is I don't like the size. It's like 37 keys. That's half the size of all of these synths, so it just wouldn't blend in, you know. And the other reason is because it doesn't quite sound like a WaveStation. I love the WaveStation, and, you know, it's got a cool sound, but it's not exactly the sound of the WaveStation, so I'm a little bit partial there. So anyways, why don't we go through some of these categories and hear what this synth can sound like. And I think... let's start with rhythm hard here real quick, because I think that's where a lot of these sounds are going to leap out as being pretty cool. And I love that you can see the author here. So Airwave did a lot of really cool sounds. Let's try this one real quick and see what it does. So what was so cool about the original Wavestation is that although you could get these morphing sounds, there actually wasn't a sequencer in it. WaveState does act more like a sequencer as the way it creates that. We'll get into all that earlier. I heard this sound. I just tested everything out to make sure it worked. Hey, how's it going, Jason? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm 12 and playing laser tag, so this fucking slaps. I actually don't think I have the latest firmware update. Is there any reason I should, Jeffrey? Interesting. Let's try a couple more of these rhythm parts. Oh, good old house music. Oh, definitely has that Confusion New Order remix sound. These names are giving me life. Yeah. sample import. I'm not interested in doing that this stream. We could do that sometime, but not this stream. Old school motion. A lot of these patches have that sort of matrixy 90s feel. I just want to point out here too, John Lemcool worked on the original Wavestation and commented on my most recent synth video I put out, so that was pretty cool. Shout outs to him. Really amazing person. So you can hear, you get these crazy, complicated sounds. Let's go into some of the other stuff that we could maybe do. So it's just, the browser's really useful. Let's check out some of these. Let's see here. Really cool, sort of arpeggiated sounding thing. And as I play softer, we get these more tender sorts of sounds, but then I can really hit it too. Let's see what else we got. Ooh. Oh, interesting. How the way it brings in that synth layer. Wow. The patch is sizzling strings, algo. Dan, welcome to the stream. Yeah. This is a really cool patch. Is there any way to, like, favorite this or something like we have in Omnisphere? That would be really nice to remember. John Lemcool's patch here would be really cool to remember. I'd love to use this for, you know, something later on. Gonna do some really dark orchestral stuff. And then pitch bend this up. Okay, I appreciate that, thank you. Really cool sound. Really, really cool sound. Sizzling strings. God bless John Lemcool. Thank you, Gaetano. Yes, please like and subscribe. This is a really interesting patch. Because it reminds me a lot of the Emu Proteus, which is just right down there. Really, again, 90s vibes. Like this really, I mean, kind of interesting little bit of, you know, chromatic stuff in there. Oh, very beautiful. Oh, yeah. One thing about, you know, something like strings in this plugin is compared to when the WaveStation came out in 1990 and there was basically no good stuff to use other than the Emu Proteus. You know, nowadays they're just not as exciting. Oh, Ski Jam 2.0. This could be really cool. This is the most famous preset from the original Wavestation. So let's see what it sounds like. Yeah, it's got that sort of thing. Cool. Fine. I don't know. Sign dreams. Anything that sounds dreamy, I'm into. Hey, Autumn, how's it going? Ooh. Nice little low-end action there. So, yeah, really cool stuff. Still getting over a cold, guys. Sorry about that. Yo! Hey! Synthesize me, daddy. Thank you so much for the $1 tip. You're the shit. I appreciate that very much. Let's go into some of these other parts here. Let's go check out some bells. Love some bells. One of the things about WaveState that compared to the WaveStation, WaveStation definitely has a certain sound to it. Maybe we can pull up the WaveStation, actually listen to it in a bit. This synth, to me, it's one of the other reasons I don't find it as captivating as I love Omnisphere. And to me, that sound could have been from Omnisphere. Really cool evolving sounds though. Let's try floating. Pretty impressive range of, you know, just the complexity and the texture and the evolving nature of that. Really, this patch reminds me of how I felt when I first heard the Wavestation, which is like, how did they do that? It's so big and interesting. And gives you that feeling of like, I just want to hold these chords and see what it does. Like, what the fuck? Let's try this. Okay. Motion bells. Kind of reminds me of the Crystal Roads patch in the JD800. Really complex sounding. Motion metal. Yeah, very lucid dreaming vibes. That's a perfect way to say it. Obelisk. Wow, that's the way these patches react is just pretty impressive. How deep the synthesis goes, and I want to try making some sounds with this later, and I guarantee you they won't be that impressive. At the same time, you might already have started to notice kind of the problem with these types of synths, which is, you know, there's an element of this that sounds kind of samey, right? Once again, John Lemcool, Skippy coming in with the fucking awesome pad. Awesome patch. And I love that it just keeps building and getting interesting and gorgeous and... Oh, see, that's what I need from a Wavestation patch, is I need it to just keep making me feel something as it keeps going, you know? Really cool. Let's see what happens if I mod wheel. I don't know. I don't really notice anything there. Anyways, let's move on to some guitar sounds. Floating lanterns. Guitar, 8-step, and organ. Pretty nasty. Cool sounds, but
that
also, like I said, yo. Sincerely cool. Thank you for the $1.01 donation. I appreciate that. Just noticed my camera here is actually slightly coming out there. Let's fix that. Cool. Again, for me, some of these sounds, I'm like, I know that you couldn't quite get this level of what's going on without the wave sequencing, but it's almost like a little disappointing because I've heard these types of sounds before in Omnisphere, you know, what would it be now? 14 years ago. So it's a little less, you know, I guess there's one conga patch in the percussion. Like, why is this a category? Okay. Piano and keys. Let's try this electric piano. Hopefully something that could be kind of Crystal Rhodesy. Get a little bit of Twin Peaks vibes. Yeah, I don't know why you would put that sound in this library, right? I mean, I guess it's nice to have some sounds that don't go fucking crazy, but like, I don't know. Like, you could do that with any fucking synth.
That is one seriously perverted bitch.
Oh my God. I appreciate this incredible train of tips. Jesus died for your synth. RIP is in the donation comment. Thank you very much for your generous donation. I appreciate you. We're going to just keep powering on through. E piano state. See, this is more... Get a little of this action going. A little complexity there. Cool. Pianistic, artistic. Ooh. See, this is what every patch should sound like in this goddamn library. That's the shit right there. So, oh, guess who made it? John Lemcole, my boy. Checking out the Vulture Culture YouTube channel. That's what I'm talking about. Brass, can't imagine this is going to be good. Well, John, you can't win them all, can you? Insidious horns. Hey, how's it going, Rocky? It's Jason, right? Okay, this is another patch that I don't understand why it's in this library. It's not a bad sounding patch at all by any means. How are you doing, Jason? So what pisses me off about this is that this isn't an orchestral synth, you know? I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. They're like, hey, you can actually do that with this. I don't know. I wouldn't. I want every patch to actually use the WaveState, right? Like, use the technology. I guess it's... See, like, at least this is doing something that I don't recognize. Like, I could use this because it's doing something. I have really great orchestral libraries and everybody can get them nowadays. this one's kind of cool too, because even though it is still very orchestral, but it's doing something, it's moving, it's got something to it. I haven't fucked with the joystick because, unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, there's no way to MIDI learn that yet, and I have to actually select a patch to use the joystick, which seems like a major oversight. I'm sure they can fix that in an update, but woodwind, you know, couple of flutes. Oh. Fine. Like, you have to do that sound. I guess you have to. All right. Vocal airy. Now, for me, this is what gets the panties wet when it comes to the Wavestation, which I have behind me. These are my favorite types of sounds, which are the ones that have those incredible, kind of brittle, digitally, vocally type things. So I'm hoping to God they don't mess this up for me. Let's see what we get. Oh man, I wish that was good. I mean, it's not, again, I don't want to say it's a bad patch. But again, it's just, it bothers me when these patches sound like they could have been made in Omnisphere 14 years ago. You know, like, why put it in there? Because this thing is powerful. See, like, at least this is doing the thing. Menya? I really shouldn't talk too much shit on this channel because it is public, and, you know, Peter Schwartz, I'm sure, is a much better sound designer than I'll ever be if I spent every day of my life working on this type of stuff. But really, this was your A game. This was what you thought was gonna sell this motherfucker. What am I fucking listening to? Oh, the shame. All right, so Dream Sequence, I checked this one out when I was testing too. Sorry, I can't help myself. Yeah, fucking great. This is the Wavestation sound that I love. I need another octave here. I need it to give me what I need. Yes. Wetness. Ladies getting wet. Oh, that's that Wavestation. But it's like clean and beautiful. Mostly I don't like clean and beautiful, but this is what it should be like, you know? It should be like, wow. I mean, listen. Because that's the nice thing, is with the clarity you get the low end. You get the capacity for it to have the advantage. I still think they should have put, without a doubt, a vintage mode in this to give you some of that bit crushy type.
That is one seriously perverted bitch.
Hey, getting synth done. You guys are hilarious tonight. Thank you very much for your $6.67 tip. You guys don't need to tip me all that much. I appreciate you. Really awesome. It's really great, and I do appreciate it because all of your donations make it possible for me to take work off to be able to do these types of streams. If not clean and beautiful is ugly and dirty your type, yes, I like ugly and dirty synths, and I love dirty women, but I like them to be pretty. And that's kind of how I feel about synths too. It's like, I need dirty sounds, but I need you to do dirty things. But the look of the synth needs to be pretty. Or the lady. Interesting sort of keyscapey type sound. I don't know. Really boring. See, at least this isn't boring.
That is one seriously perverted bitch.
And when I'm moving the mod wheel, nothing happening. Just for the sake of it, I want to show you the joystick real quick. Synths, we are doing puns. Thank you for your $6.68 donation. You guys are incredible. This is so awesome. So real quick here, you'll see the joystick. And I'm going to play some stuff, and you can see what notes I'm playing too, by the way, right here. And this is something from the original Wavestation, where it allowed you to interact with the sound. But I mean, this isn't doing it for me, if I'm being honest. Really sad. Really, like, Dream Sequence is the only, like, one that reminds me of my favorite type of sounds from the Wavestation. And I just don't understand why some of these aren't what they're doing. Dawn of a New Day. Oh, see? Here we go. At least the mod wheel's doing something on this one. My boy John, pull it out. Okay, sequence. Nothing in the category at all. Very weird that that's a category. Sound effects, for the fuck of it. ARP 2600 in the Matrix. Alien Baby Talk. Shoutouts to Gaetano. Hey, how's it going, Mighty Pinto? How are you doing, my friend? How are you feeling? He likes the dirty, for sure. Let's see. See, this is why Peter Schwartz is a better sound designer than me. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to begin with this shit, so... anything I have to say that's critical about him, like... oh, I love how the violins come in there. Very cool. "45 seconds. Try and be positive. Alright, I don't care. Arpeggios, I don't really care about this category, but everybody else seems to like them. Almost typical. I guess this filter's total high-end filter here. By moving the mod wheel, you can see it's just underneath the browser on the left there, underneath the, what's going on. Jitter pops. Again, it's just like, can you give me something? Yeah, like, see, like, at least this is doing something. I'm like, I couldn't do this in another synth. I'm sure that they had to, like, make a bit of a judgment call where it's like, they can't have every sound be crazy. Oh, this is beautiful. Love, like, hang drummy type stuff. Again, Omnisphere has a really good hang drum type whole fucking library. Oh, it's so good though. Bad note there. Very useful for like soundtracks. This needs arpeggiator. Oh, I'm glad you're doing better, Pinto. Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing. All right, vectoring ARP. So let's go over to this vector here, which is underneath the t-shirt. Sorry about that, guys, but... I guess it's kind of controlling something. I don't know. Not thrilled with that. Drums? Also nothing. Weird. Oh wait, fast synth. One nice thing you guys might have noticed that the sounds don't cut off as I change patches. April. I think Autumn's birthday is right before Scum spring break. Honestly, a little disappointed again. We're fine, but yeah, it's just not what I think it could be, I suppose. Get in shape, roll. Amazing. Oh, here's one I wanted to try because it's Fantasia, obviously, so that's the Roland D50 right there was the famous Fantasia patch came from. Lips for Autumn's birthday is one of the best memories I have. I don't know. I'd be careful calling a patch Fantasia unless it's really awesome. Oh, I remember that. It's cool. Fantasia, though? I don't know. Alright, let's check some more of these, but... I don't know what's going on. Can we stop it from making sound? Please? Usually there's a panic button. Panic, there we go. Stop. That just means like something got latched. Oh my god. Yes, I remember you trying to fight somebody. Because you wouldn't do that sober. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was something else. Anyways, let's see if there's anything else. Soundscape, I don't know if I care. Hey, this is cool. Orbiting Jupiter. Yeah, see, these are the types of things that I like from the Wavestation. And these patches remind me of that. I don't mean to sound bitter, but I'm just like... At least this is moving. Anyways, let's get rid of that. And is there a default patch? Initialize performance. Okay, so let's go here and actually start messing around with this a bit. And hopefully I can figure out how to do it live on stream. So, hey, by the way, if I don't get this really great, then like I'm already confused as to what to do here. But this is what it sounds like when you just load a default sound. I'm going to check my levels real quick. Turn this down a bit. There we go. Looks good. So let's try to make a sound and see what it takes to do that. I don't want... How do we get into... Just, I want to make this sound happen. How do I get into editing this? Layer A. Can we get into layer A? How do we get into layer A? Anybody who owns a Wavestate, give me a chance. Help me out. What's up, Chad? The Chad is in the chat. How are you doing, Mr. Kane? Good to see you, my friend. Wow. This would have been great for me to understand how this worked. How do we get in here? Help. Ah, synthesis. Let's try this. There we go. This must be how you go through stuff. Aha, haha. Okay, I'm picking up on what we do here. Lot to cover here. Let's move to synthesis first, just because it's the first page. I want you to notice something. A couple of things, actually. So
That is one seriously perverted bitch.
Synth of Darkness. I appreciate Alex, Synth of Darkness. Thank you, whoever you are, for your $6.69 nice cent donation. You guys are so awesome that you guys are hooking it up tonight. Don't deserve you. Let's look at what we can do on the synthesis page. So you'll note that when we're starting, we're actually starting with a sine wave and a sawtooth wave. It's just moving between those two sounds. So this is the difference between analog synthesis and regular synthesis, or this type of synthesis. I'm going to actually delete this step and see if we can just get a sawtooth. I don't know why it's still doing something. You know how it's like moving? Let's click this and just pick, well, we have all of these different types of sounds that we could start with, all of these samples, a huge amount. But I just want a sawtooth. God, please, just give me a goddamn sawtooth. Something to work with so I can begin making a sound. Wow. Well, they have the original WaveStation sound, so that's kind of cool. Like, let's check this out. Neat. I'm curious what's causing it to do that, the modulation there. I don't know what causes that. I would love for that to not be the default thing that's happening, but whatever. Pipe saw? No, I just want a sawtooth. So that's like a bunch of saws all together. Yo. Thor bass. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's got to be around here somewhere. Thor bass. X bass. They're in kind of categories, which is nice. Hey, resonant poly 6. Let's see what this sounds like. This is a sample from the poly 6, which is kind of cool. Because we got it behind me. That was what our last stream was. If you see Thor bass, tell me how to find it, Brian. What about, can I just get like fucking just a sawtooth, man? Can't believe there's not just, ugh. Power saw? Still a lot of fucking layers. I just want something basic. We might not get that. I don't know how much time I want to spend here just being annoying. But like I said, we're figuring this out together, so hopefully it's fun. And then Sin Guru. T-Bone bass. Thor bass. Let's check it out. I wonder if this was made with Thor, which is I think, oh wait, is it in Reason? Is that where Thor is from? I think I'm thinking of Malmstrom. Anyways, actually a pretty cool sample. So why don't we use this for now, since I like Ryan a lot. And I want to go over to the filter. So you remember from the last stream, we talked about you start with a waveform, and then you run it through a filter. And then that's about it with analog synthesis. So you'll notice here that we have a bunch of different filters we can use, but the default is actually the Poly 6 filter, which is really cool. So once again, real quick, if you bring this knob down, we lose the high end. And you can see a very beautiful representation of what's happening right now. All of the sounds coming through, and as I bring this down, the sound gets very dark. We can add emphasis, and you can see with this. A little bit less is. Kind of get sort of dubsteppy type sounds here. All right, and we could add some. You can see what the envelope is doing. Yeah, cool. So we can get these cool sorts of based on the envelope, which I don't know where that is, how to find it yet, but that's what we're doing. We're learning together. Or we can control it with the low frequency oscillators. Same thing we have on the Poly 6. You remember, guys, right? All right, so anyways, let's go back to it. How do I clear this performance? I want to go... Well, I guess we're stuck here. So what is a big differentiation from WaveState versus the WaveStation is that it has the synthesis feature. So why don't we take a second, let's turn the LFO off and make it a little less extreme. That way can we really hear this. Let's listen to some of the other filters. So the MS-20. Set the resonance at 50%. Versus the Poly 6. You can see the Poly 6 has more resonance at the same thing, which tracks. We have kind of like a basic filter. We can do notch filtering, which is cool, called band reject, but very different kind of sound. Thor's from Norse mythology. Yeah. D64 tones, yes, yes, yes. High pass filter, so now we won't hear anything but the high end. Which I love these types of sounds, especially into distortion. Oh, it's interesting, so we can actually add... I don't really hear much of a difference there. But yeah, so we have some different options. We'll leave it on the Poly 6 for now. And we'll reset that. Go back to the wave sequence here. So we'll start with Thor, but why don't we... Oh, and you just press this, and now we have... Well, how do we get it to move? Maybe we drag this. Cool. All right, let's... There we go. I don't know what these are doing exactly yet, but now we can pick a few different things. We'll start with the Thor bass, then we'll go to guitar clean. I'm just going to pick some stuff at random, kind of. Cricket spectrum and woodwind. Let's go jazz flute voice. So it's just, so in theory, we still have all the synthesis from before, but we should be able to morph between these smoothly. So let's see what happens if I do this. So this is your basic, real simple way to think about wave sequencing is you're just crossfading between different samples. And we can still apply all of the synthesis that we learned when we were messing with the Poly 6. So let's do this. Let's see, can we affect the pitch here? So what I'm trying to do is extend this out so we can have pitch. So let's bring the Thor bass up an octave. But we could have done it over here too. I just want them to all be kind of in the same neighborhood. But of course we could pick something that's different than octaves, right? So if I go here, I could transpose this up by, or let's bring it down 5. So that gives us that 5th, which is really cool. So you guys already basically understand wave sequencing, right? Like this is not that difficult to get your head around. It's actually a pretty cool sound. Now, can I increase the speed of how fast this goes? Wish there was a little, like, helpy thingy. You know what I mean? Something that tells you timing. How do we double time this? Throw away tempo. Speed. let's go 2 times. There we go. That's a little extreme. So. Yeah, I guess this is good. Well, a little fast and then just a little slow. Wait, what's going on now? Oh, wait. Oof. Things are getting complicated quickly. Let's make this go all the way here. All right, so we have 4 quarter notes. Let's see if this works. Do. See what happens now. Weird. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Again, that's very complicated. It would be great if it had one of those things like a lot of plugins do where it'll explain things to you as you go. But, you know, we can't always have what we want. I understand. Now it's doing this weird, like, little jump there. What does this do? Does this go back? What do these do? Oh, this is how they loop. Don't understand. Ah! How did I fuck this up so terribly? Oh, now it's doing all sorts of weird things. This is psychosis. I don't like it. Okay. Can we init program this? Can we get back? How do we reset it? I mean, we could definitely look at the, let's pick another patch and then go back to the initial performance. Okay, so we're all the way back just to the sawtooth, or I'm sorry, the sine and the sawtooth. Wow, that was frustrating. I don't understand what's going on with these, so I'm not gonna fuck with it too much. Let's pick some new stuff here and just try to do some simple, I wanna make like a simple, useful sound. I don't want to end this stream without a single goddamn cool sound. All right, so let's start with FE Wave, see what this sounds like. I'm going deliberately into what I'm assuming is the Wavestation DW voice, so that would be the DW8000, which I have right here. Wrong fucking sound. Cool. Let's start with that. Let's pick another Wavestation sound. Digital 3. I like the Digital 3 actually more than the voice, so why don't we go over there? Try Digital 2. Let's start with Digital 3. Sorry guys. Just trying to figure this out on the fly. And go to Digital 2. Let's go see if we can find Birdland. Let's see what that sounds like. We'll add one more in here. Birdland's not that good, honestly. Let's keep looking. Crickets.
That is one seriously perverted bitch.
You guys are too awesome. Synthesize matters. Giant dong. Thank you for your $6.70 donation. You guys are so awesome tonight. I don't know what I would do without you guys. You are too good to me. Thank you for everybody who's hooking it up. Anyways, yeah, let's keep going here. Let's try to get something interesting. Yeah, here we go. That's kind of like my shit right there. Try that one. Ooh, that's that shit. So let's start with one of those. That was the Wavestation synth. Where is that? Oh man, it's easy to get lost. Synpad A. Love that sound. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so this is that 80s thing. It's a little annoying, that sound, so let's get an even better one. Love it. Okay, so we got some cool sounds to work with here. Let's see here. As far as timing goes, what am I looking at here? Why is this the way this is? I don't understand. All right. So right now it's using the master tempo. Let's see, maybe not. Or we could tighten it like this. I don't know what this is doing at all. Let's see here. Thank you guys again for bearing with me through this. Really love that type of sound. How do we change the speed here? That's what I want to know. I mean, I could change the BPM of my DAW, so I just make this like 150 and see how it sounds. We'll change the pitch on this one. We'll go up 7 notes. There we go. So we got this really cool kind of Wavestation-y sounding thing to start with. We go back to synthesis here and now actually turn it more into, we'll start down here. We can add some just like we did on the Poly 6, right? Very extreme right now with the resonance, so why don't we turn that down a little? Probably even a little less. Cool. Let's keep looking here. That's the filter. How do we control the envelope for the amplifier and things like that? Anybody have any idea? Does this look like anything? So this is the volume knob, right? What I'm trying to do is figure out, oh, here we go, amp envelope. Let's add some release. There we go, and you'll notice that because the filter envelope has a short release, cutting off. This is why I prefer analog. I'd be on my 3rd sound by now. Yeah, I know, I get it. And, you know, I think Omnisphere is great. You can get through Omnisphere so fast. This is a little labyrinthine for the first time. So we need to go to the filter envelope and add release so it doesn't do that. So we have a kind of a analog-y type sound. All right, we're starting to get somewhere. It's starting to sound cool. Let's go check out some effects. So we can do pre-effects. Let's see what happens if we put this on. Makes it a lot louder. What else do we have? Decimator. Get really gnarly. Got a guitar amp. Ring modulator. Really alien sounds. Wave shaper distortion. Get some certain kinds of sounds with this. Tremolo. Oh, this is kind of nice because it adds a little stereo-ness to it. Got a little more depth. You get really wide. I don't know if you guys can hear this. If you're not listening with headphones, it might not be obvious, but it's very wide now. All right, cool. I like the tremolo. Fuck it, let's go like 75%. Let's try the chorus. Very big. Kind of dark, which I like, because that's what I'm trying to do here, is create like a darker type sound. Let's try black chorus. Ooh, that one's really cool. Versus, well, let's try it again. Black chorus was neat. Vibrato chorus. Little warbly son of a bitch. Harmonic. Poly 6 ensemble. Wow, so it's got the ensemble that we have on the Poly 6. I really like this black chorus flanger. I don't know what it's based off of, and it's got different presets for all these, which is really cool. You can go very deep with some of these, which is great. But I like just how this sounds. Okay, so delay. Well, what if I want reverb? Where's the reverb? There's gotta be reverb in this thing, right? That would be, it's crazy. I mean, it sounds really good, don't get me wrong, but like, I gotta be missing something here. I've got to be missing something here. Well, anyways, this is good. We need, what else do we need? We need some more feedback on these guys. Get it bigger. So it keeps going. Let's make this like an eighth dotted and an eighth. I love that combo. Let's see how this sounds. All right, a little less now. A little extreme. Really like the way that filter's reacting with it, though. It's really cool. So we have the kind of the benefit of both analog synthesis effects, which we didn't have in the original WaveStation. Well, we did have effects in the original WaveStation, but the WaveStation famously shipped without a filter. All right, so we kind of have like a kind of usable... Okay. Mod processors. So let's see what we have here. So I'm looking down here at the bottom of the screen to see what we can do modulation-wise. What the fuck does any of that mean? Control source, controller, aftertouch. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, aftertouch is when you hold something down. And what are we going to do here? I don't know why I'm not getting any poly any aftertouch from my synth. So over here you should be, see, like if I hit like a soft note, You'll notice it's a small value, and if I hit it hard, it's got a high value. What I'm trying to figure out is how to get this aftertouch to do something. Because this controller does have aftertouch, I believe. We've got a cool sound going, though. Let's see. I don't know. What the fuck? All right, I want the filter envelope. How do I... How do I make things happen? Okay, let's go back over to synthesis, see if I can... Oh, that isn't what I wanted. We got some cool stuff going on, but I want to be able to control this with aftertouch. Modulation, here we go. Maybe this is it. Controllers, aftertouch, generators, filter envelope, and increase the intensity to 142. I don't think I'm getting aftertouch to WaveState, and I don't know why. Yikes. Frustrating. Okay, let's, for the fuck of it, let's use mod wheel. I just want to see if this works. There we go. Okay, so we do have control. You'll notice in the down over here, underneath here, there's see that little black thing? That's the mod wheel on my controller, so we don't need as much intensity. We use a very little amount here. Cool. Nice. Okay, what we could do is also apply controller module 1 to something else. Generators, I don't know. You'll hear what this does pretty extreme if I put it on pitch envelope by a bit. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not pitch envelope, I just want pitch. Man. Frustrating. Ugh. Alright, I don't even care. Got some coolness going on, but can we get something going? I don't know. Let's see here. So we've got this triangle shape. What about if we used saw down? I don't know what this is doing. Gate? I don't know. Okay. Anyways, let's turn that off and go to layer B real quick. Now we're back to something like the init sound. Right? Instead of this, why don't we load in a different type of sample? Let's load in some strings. And we'll do small string ensemble. That sounds terrible. Let's do glass harp buzzy. Cool, like there's a really modern type sound, and then maybe something like cello and violins. I want you guys to also recognize that we are not hearing any of the original sound. So this is the original thing, layer A, that we just made. Which is basically like using the Poly6 filter on some sounds from the Wavestation. Layer B, we have this glass harp buzz and cello and violin ensemble. Really cool. And over here, I guess if we go to... we can add some release here. Want more. And you could make a lot of really great sounds just off of using only the wave sequencing, which is what people did with the original. So let's turn one of these is loud. So, all right, glass heart buzz. Let's turn the volume down a bit. All right, let's go back to the synthesis and bring down the cutoff. We can add some key tracking so it gets brighter over time. Add some release to the filter envelope. Almost getting some like steel drum tones here. Really cool. Now what we can do is turn layer A back on and layer B at the same time, and you know, hopefully we'll get something kind of interesting and cool. I mean, it's a cool kind of Wavestation-y type thing. What do you guys think so far? Casio CT64, I'm pretty sure that's what Pinto was referring to. That, or is there a Commodore 64? I think Commodore 64, that's my guess. All right, let's go on to layer C over here and go back to the wave sequence. Let's load in some Thor bass here and change the transpose here. Bring up the octave a bit. I actually just want it to just stay on the Thor bass. I don't know what's causing that. Seems to be the filter envelope, but I don't know what it's doing. I feel like that's controlling something, but I don't know what exactly. Really like the sound of this, actually. So let's try that with all three. Let's go back over here. Let's change the amp envelope, that's the volume. So let's add some attack and release. More attack. Hey, how's it going, Neil? So good to see you last night, my friend. How are you doing? So yeah, we've got kind of a... We've got a sound. Let's save it, and we'll call it... We'll just call it first patch. Author is Alex. Daddy D. Collection, I guess there. Category. Pad. Category 2 synth. Synth, whatever. Not impressed so far. Save as new. Okay. So we now have the sound. And we should be able to come back to it. It's in, I'm in here now. We could go to something else. And then we should be able to go back and play this patch. I mean, it's definitely usable. I could use that in a song somewhere, you know, it's cool. I think in terms of, you know, what can be done with synthesis, I think it's a little obscure so far. I'm having trouble grasping it as quickly as I do most things because it's a little dry. And to be fair to Korg, I want to say this. This is supposed to be a hardware synth, right? Like this synthesizer is supposed to be a bunch of knobs and stuff you twist to get the different sounds. Flip side of that is when WaveState, the editor, came out in 2.0, everybody's like, thank God, finally an editor so we can make sounds easier. And that kind of sucks when like your hardware synth is easier to use the VST version to make sounds than the actual synth. So I don't know. Yeah, so it's good, but it's also, you know, I'm a little intimidated by it for sure, but it's also a little frustrating. So why don't we try a new init patch? I'll play this again just for a bit so you guys can hear what we made so far. Glad I got to use the Thor bass in there. It's cool. It's fine. Let's try from the beginning again. Okay, synthesis, wave sequence. Let's loop this. Let's see if I move the top one. There we go. I just want to be able to start with one sound at a time. Let's make something, what kind of sound do you guys think we should make? It'd be really helpful at this point if you guys would give me a type of sound you'd like to hear, because I basically made the one Wavestation sound I like. And now it's kind of time to figure some stuff out. Let's go check out some of the woodwinds. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I love how terrible the sample sounds. In a good way. Like, what I mean by that, I'm sorry, that's really mean. What I mean is like, I have an Ensoniq Mirage right here from 1985. When you downsample something like this, you get this really cool grainy, like Donkey Kong for the SNES sound. Really cool. In fact, I'm going to leave that on layer A and open up layer B and change this sample. And because I just love that sound so much. Creepy ghost music, sinister horror sounds. Well, let's do it. Let's go get voices if we want to do creepy. Is there a way to like scroll? Can I like press like left or right? I would really love if there was like a hotkey for scrolling through some of this stuff. So you can hear that some of these samples sound really kind of fake, old school, and some of them sound really, you know, like a little bit of interestingness to it. Gospel, multi-sample, that's nice. I think there are a lot of people here. Okay, we got some Wavestation stuff. You can hear how terrible the Wavestation sounds in comparison, but also kind of like how great it sounds. Does that make sense? I don't know what's going on. I love it. I don't understand what it is. It's like a ch sound, but let's go on and move on to layer 3. We definitely need to get some sort of body in here. So let's try to find pan flute. It's like, it's definitely that sound. Let's keep looking in the woodwinds category. Clarinet from the Wavestation. You can hear how the Wavestation really wasn't, because these samples had to be so short, so they're basically just a single wave. Like an oscillator. They're not full samples like we can do nowadays with, you know, infinite space. Hard flute. Ooh. That sounds terrible, and I love it so much. From the Wavestation. Let's try the transgender flute. What the fuck? All right, let's go back to the hard flute. Let's try and see what these 3 layers sound like together so far. Ooh, dark. And gritty. It has the grit. Bagpipes, all the bagpipes. Tut tut, it looks like rain. Let's see if there's some rain in this synth, actually, Gaetano. Let's see if we can do that. Let's find some rain. I want rain. Sound effects. If you guys see rain, tell me. There should be some rain somewhere in here. Lots of hits. Door creaks. Fireworks. Birds. Helicopter heartbeat. Ice drop. Laser gun. Boing. Mad analog boing. That's as mad as this gets. Wind. There's a rain stick. Where is it? Also cool. Where's the rain stick? Oh, the ch sounds more like tut. Yeah, because it's so terrible. Rain stick. Do you see a column? Start with the column for me, Ryan, if you can help me out. Top of the second column. Rain stick, there it is. Okay, let's change the, transpose this up an octave. Cool. So when I play, because it doesn't really have any harmonic content, it's going to be noisy. Kind of sound rainy, right? Really cool. But what we could do is we could increase this loop here and say add the wind. So we'll go into here and go, there was some wind around here somewhere, right? It was at the bottom over here. Wind. There we go. So we'll see what this sounds like. Real creepy type stuff. Let's layer these two now. All right, I think the problem is that this sample, this hard flute, sounds too much like the other things. So we need something a little bit more something going on. Lead poly. Let's try hype. Ooh, cool. That's very aggressive. It's very wide sample of some fake squares that nonetheless sound really good. Ensemble A2600? Oh, okay, cool. We'd use this. Layer C, let's get a little bit of a pad sound going here. Filter envelope. Add a lot of release. More release to the filter too. Add some key tracking and open it up. I'm trying to create some body for this sound because it's crazy, you know, lots of stuff going on, but I feel like the sample's not what I need it to be. I still need something. Let's maybe go back and see if we can find that. Where was it? Hype square. Let's see how this sounds now, but with the same filter. This is too it's kind of spooky sounding. Flute pad, just for the fuck of it. Alright. For the hell of it, we'll go to the hype square. Here we go. And let's drop it an octave. Let's hear how that sounds with the rain. Alright, so for the rain, we need to go into the amp envelope and add a lot of release. That rain is really cool, but it's very bright. That is way too much release. There we go. So we need to bring the filter down. Something like that, so it's a little less extreme. You really get... You get really creepy types of sounds, ghostly stuff from my boy Neil. And you can hear, I mean, it's complex, and we haven't even added the cha or the ta, as Gaetano. So that sounds very dry on its own, so we got to figure out a way to sort of make that have a little bit more something to it. Maybe with some reverb, or just turn it down a lot. Sounds very weird right now. Let's bring a little high end out. Add a little bit of key track. That's really cool down there. That's dark. That's some Silent Hill shit right there. I think this Cha sample is just too weird. So let's go back. Where did we find that? That was under sound effects? What was it? I don't know. Let's just keep moving. Hit jazz. See how this sounds. Let's turn the other layers off so we can hear what we're doing here. Very odd. Why don't we try some piano-y type sounds? Let's try WaveStation digital electric piano. This sounds appropriately terrible. So let's add... slow the attack down. And add some release. So just add more body to the sound. Let's see how this sounds all together. Going into layer B, which is the E piano from the WaveStation. We're going to bring the resonance down even further. Because I really don't want it to cut through too much. Just bring it in. I bet you guys can tell I have a certain type of sound I like to do. Oh, I love the noise here. This is good. This is very good. We need to add release to this sound. I want more. Oh, it's so good. I love that crunchy, digital, terrible. All right, I want to turn everything off except for this noise layer. Can I lower this an octave and have it still sound okay? Yes. What about 2? No, too far. 1 octave will be really cool. All right, turning everything back on. This is this sound. We need to add some attack to this this layer, which is the rain stick. Hey guys, how's it going? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Nice. Okay, cool. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, so I don't know what happened. I never have anything crash in Reaper, but this is a new plugin, so I'm not completely surprised. If we search by author Alex, can we pull up what we had last time? No. How do we search Alex? Here we go. Rain Ghost. Let's see what this sounds like. Cool. We're getting there. Drop the octave, amp, add some release. Oh, we changed this to the E piano, so let's go do that. Keys. Where's the Wavestation E piano? Neat. Very cool. Let's try the first patch again and see how different it sounds, for the hell of it. So there's one thing I can say about WaveState is, if we're talking to like, does it sound good? Like, can it sound great? I think so. I think it sounds really great, but I also think so did the Wavestation. I want to take a second here, and I'm going to load just the Wavestation VST. Yeah. Station. Here we go. And I just want you guys to hear kind of what this sounds like, the original Wavestation sounds. Both different and better and worse. Here, see, this is classic, you know, breathy, airy. This is 1990, right? Have a great night, Autumn. I really like this sound. Okay, so soft waves. Why don't we try making something like soft waves in WaveState native? Shouldn't be too hard. Let's go open up the initialize patch. Here we go. We'll go into the waves sequence and bring it down to just a single sample here. And then we'll go into pluck and see if we can find guitar. I wish there was a way to like scroll these easier. It's really frustrating. Oh, maybe I can do it here. Here we go, finally. I don't want any distortion. I want guitar, clean. Let's go all the way up here. Acoustic harmonics. All right, let's go with the acoustic harmonics here. So, all right, cool. So for one thing, we don't need very much of the sound. So right now it's sustaining all the way up, but we can just bring that down and increase some decay. Because I just want the front of the sound. I don't want it to sustain. So once again, if you bring this up, you hear it forever. I just want the front end. Cool. And I'm going to bring this up an octave. I almost feel like it's... All right, cool. That easy peasy. I'm getting a little bit more the hang of this. Let's get a cool pad sound. Choral multi-flutes. Why don't we load choral multi-flutes as the second sound here. And let's pick something else. Oh, I can scroll here. God, this is what I needed. All right, now, so we got the flute pad and the choral multi-flute. Okay, I don't love that anymore. Back-end guy myself, as am I. All right, let's look around here. Syn Atmos. Cool. Really, really cool. We'll bring the flute pad down a bit. Neat. Now, of course, we need some release. So it keeps going when I take my hands off the keys. Wait, way too much release. Well, a lot's good. Really neat. Okay, so the two of these together now. We need to filter out layer B a little bit here. I mean, it's not bad with nothing. Oh, here's the reverb. I'm so stupid. Okay, cool. Let's see, I want to get some grainy reflections. Let's use the reverb from Iceland Piano Pad, the first patch I played. Okay, so it's a preset. No, I wanted that mother darn. Press OK, okay. Size is big. Dampen it. No, I need a filter. Big diffusion. Just a little less, maybe. Nah, I like it. I need it big. How do I control the early reflections? Here we go. Let's just turn those down. Fuck it. It's really frustrating. Oh, master EQ. Here we go. Gain down. Good. That did the trick. That's all I really needed. Cool. Oh, wait. That's the master EQ. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the EQ for the... Okay. Pre-EQ filter... Pre-EQ 2. Bring this down. There. Nice and dark. Really cool. Back to layer B, wave sequence, and this can come down a bit. It's a little loud, but we can bring the body up. All right, so let's check this out real quick. Pretty cool. Let's save this, and we'll call this Soft Waves by Alex Dalliance. And it's still pads and synths. Save as new. Let's check it out versus the Wavestation. So now we're listening to the original Wavestation. You know, it's in the ballpark. The body is up an octave. Let's check this out. You know, it's kind of in the ballpark, isn't it? Hey, how's it going, Annie? Good to see you. Big Grime, welcome to the stream. Yeah, let's try that one more time, but with something else. That was kind of fun to actually just see if we could recreate some of these sounds. Let's go to Cascade Falls. Oh. See, this is one of my favorite Wavestation sounds ever. Will I Dream? You can hear this is the type of thing I had in my head. Whoa, what was that? Must have had my hand on something. Midnight Run. Famous Wavestation-y type sounds. Wow, I wonder how they did this. I would love to be able to make a sound like this. So why don't we try to see if we could do something like that? I don't know at all how we're going to do that. Once again, soft waves, what we just made. Pretty cool. Getting the hang of this a little bit. Appreciate you guys bearing with me. Back to the standard thing. Let's go find a sawtooth like the A2600. Had some cool stuff. Let's try analog strings. Bass acid is actually pretty good for just like a starting point. Cool. This will work. Kind of a cool thing. So what we need is more pitch to occur. Let's try going up an octave, and then we'll do this last one. We'll go up 24 octaves. So let's see if we can figure out how to actually control the speed of this now. Timing. Let's see if I just increase this. Does nothing. How do I affect... How do I speed the pitch up? Duration... One of the things about the WaveState and the Wavestation is they're both very locked into tempo, for better or worse. Let's see. Can we just double time the speed? That's what I would love, is like a double time option. Pitch lane. Things are breaking. Can you see how fucked up that looks? Ugh, I'm getting nervous. Feel like she's going to try to die on me any second now. Can we please speed this up? What would the trick be? What would the trick be? There should be a step. You know, like when you add one of these, see how it does something? Let's delete the step. Oh, you can solo a step. That's kind of cool. Is there like a default time? There we go. Weird how it's moving in a weird way. I like this. Okay. I don't know why it starts there, though. Let's bring this down. Cool. I can work with this. Let's add some effects to this. Let's add some delay. That one's good. That'll work. So We can add to the compressor. Bring the gain. I don't want it to pump it too hard. Can I copy this layer and then paste it here? Okay, so now I'm on layer B and I've got the same thing. But what I could do is back to the wave sequence here. I could go into this pitch lane here, bring it up an octave, and then change these a bit so we could make this, one of these do something else. So we'll have this do +7 instead. We'll bring this down to -5, which is the same note as +7, a little bit of music theory there. And we'll bring this down to -12. We'll just see what this sounds like. Hear how these sound together. All right, so one thing I need to do immediately is actually change this sample because it's phasing because it's the same sample. So we could just need something like it. So let's turn layer A off for a second and just find something else that'll work. Interstellar. I like it. It's kind of like an interesting offset here, so. I do not understand how some of this is working. I don't think the compressor's helping me at all here. Let's add that talking modulator. Kind of like the Polysex Ensemble, let's just turn the dry down a bit. Just gives us a little bit of something. Reverb, let's turn it on. Nah, it's not helping. EQ, let's get some master EQ going on here. So, get some low end. Let's go to the high end. Bring some of that out. Then we'll go to the mid-range. All right, so we've messed around a little. Let's see. Without the EQ, a lot bigger. Cool. Back to synthesis real quick, or the wave sequence. Let's just go to layer A and add some release. Should have done that earlier. Layer B, also release. Well. It's okay. It's an interesting thing. We'll call it It's Okay by me, Alex Dalliance. And more pads and synths. It's cool. It's fine. Let's go and search what we've done so far. Luckily, I'm the only person. Let's go back to the first patch. I don't know. For me, this is pretty good. Not so bad. Let's go to the Rain Ghost, see what this sounds like. This one's very interesting. Really wet, drippy, cool. All right, let's check out soft waves. I really love this one. Funny how when we actually listened to the WaveStation and just try to recreate that, we actually kind of ended up with something a little bit better. And finally, the last patch of the night, the one that we just made, It's Okay. It's actually pretty cool if you play a little sparser than I was playing before. It's actually pretty usable. I could see a cool, like, sort of part of a track going to that type of a sound, you know? This isn't bad. It's actually quite beautiful and rhythmic. Just gets crazy a little too quick, you know what I mean? Oh, that's beautiful. I love how it kind of like has these weird sort of sucking rhythms to it. So anyways, I mean, I think that's a pretty good introduction into this synth after all of this time. You know, just to give you guys kind of an introduction to what WaveState native could be like, and to see what it was like to sort of stumble through it with me. I appreciate you guys doing that, by the way. I could have, like, gotten good at this synth before I messed around with it. Part of what I wanted was, like, an honest reaction to what WaveState is and how easy it is to use. For the people who just watch my channel for cool sounds and stuff, it might have been a little bit of a frustrating stream. I hope it wasn't. But one thing that I'll say, you're welcome, Big Grime, that it's also like, for you synth people, I want you to see, like, is it actually an easy synth? Because it's a $200 piece of software. So if it doesn't, you know, depending on how this went, you know what I mean? Like, you might change your mind about whether or not to get this. For me, I find the interface a little frustrating. I'm sure there's some real simple stuff I could fix and it would work a lot better. You know, that would be kind of probably what I need to do, you know, like get this thing really locked in. And if it seems like you could get to where when you're doing this type of thing, you can get really good with it and start making really cool, complex stuff. So for that, in that way, it's probably a really awesome synth, and it can definitely sound really good. I really, really love the sound of the Poly 6 filter and everything. I just definitely think that's a thing that's cool. So anyways, guys, we'll call that the stream for tonight. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I hope it was some fun thing. Let me go look and see what I got doing next stream. I think, what do I have going on? Let's go check my events real quick. Let's see. my events that I'm hosting. Yes, okay, so this coming week, I have She Cried Against Strangling Hands with the mighty Pinto back on the channel, also known as One-Eyed Freak Bot, I believe, and on Twitch. And he's going to be playing my Choose Your Own Adventure game, She Cried Against Strangling Hands. That's really exciting because basically what it is, it's like a video game, but without graphics. It's all text and music, and I scored it, and it's a really cool piece of art, I guess I would say. Horror game, survival horror type thing, and I'm really excited. You know, sorry I don't have a computer in my studio. Well, I'm glad you're in the studio getting it done, Jason. So, yeah, so that's going to be a really great stream next week. I'm so excited for it. April 6th, Wednesday nights at 9, always doing something. And I just want to say thank you for everybody who's been supporting this sort of new channel or new direction for this channel, because I know it's a little different than some of what we've done before, and we're going to go back to doing some of that too, but it helps the channel a lot to evolve. And I'm always trying new scum experiments, as I call them, you know, new formats, new ideas, stuff like that. So anyways, guys, let's call it for tonight. My voice is starting to get a little sore, but I love the shit out of you guys, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9.